I make music for my friends too, but I don't have any. What's going on, everybody? It's the Granddad Woolly, and you are here again for another edition of Woolly Reviews Hip Hop Data. Today we got an album review today where we'll be talking about the brand new album from an underground Brooklyn MC who's got a cult following, and a lot of people like this nigga, including me. So he got some new shit, so I know I had to holler at it. Talking about the new album from Skyzoo entitled Music from My Friends. Now, Skyzoo, for those who don't know, is an independent Brooklyn underground MC who came to prominence around 2006 with his EP with Ninth Wonder called Cloud 9. He also dropped a lot of mixtapes which built up his buzz enough to sign a deal with Duck Down Records, and he dropped his debut album, The Salvation, as well as his follow-up, A Dream Deferred, on the label, which both were received very, very well. Now, his third album is released on his own record label, First Generation Rich, so this is his first outing on his own label, so let's see what Skyzoo's got with Music from My Friends, and if this shit is dope. I'm pretty sure it is, but we gotta fucking verify, so let's talk about the shit. Now, when I first put on this album, I quickly realized that it lends to sort of a concept album feel. It's actually talking about Skyzoo and his actual friends growing up in Brooklyn, New York when I guess they were younger, and the experiences that they had, and that's pretty much the center focal point of the majority of these songs, pretty much all these songs on this album. On top of that, the production on here is that standard New York gritty boom bap style hip hop mixed with a lot of jazz infusions. The production on here is really, really clean, really crisp. I really like it. A lot of head nodding beats, a lot of smooth jazzy tracks, and Skyzoo's flow, who's a really dope MC, carries very well on all this production on here. He's got Illmind on the production, Jalil Beats, Apollo Brown, he's doing some production on here, Thelonious Martin, and a whole bunch of other cats, and they all bring that dope underground, just classic hip hop sound that just fits Skyzoo so well. And as an MC, Skyzoo's really fucking dope. He just really has that just real Brooklyn feel to him. You know, he's not a super mega lyrical dude, but he's very clever. He's got some nice metaphors. Even his lyricism is very strong, but he just isn't lyrically complex. He's real straightforward. And especially with this album here, he's painting a perfect picture of just the atmosphere and the area he's grown up with every song, so you can actually really catch on and visualize the experiences and the things that he's talking about in these songs, which is really fucking dope. On top of that, he's got a lot of solid features on this album too that I really, really liked, and they actually all chimed in well. He's got Jadakiss on here who did real dope verse, Black Thought's on here, Bilal's does some singing on here. He's also got Christian Grey, and he's also got some chick named Saba who is fucking dope. I've never heard of her, but I'm gonna reference her again later in this review, but she's fucking dope. As well as some other artists like Scar Akbar and Mosaic and K Cola, a whole bunch of other people who I'm not too familiar with, but they all are fucking dope on here. And Skyzoo pretty much put together a very solid project. He's pretty much very consistent with all of his albums, and I really like what he's doing. And he's just got his own little niche and his own little thing that he does, and he does it very well. And on this album, he just really translates that concept. You really feel like you can see into what he's seen when he was growing up in Brooklyn and all the stuff that he's talking about. And I just really enjoyed this album front to back. There's not a track on here that I really didn't like. I could listen to this front to back. The production is good front to back. Skyzoo's dope front to back. And there's not a real flaw in this album, which really shows how good of an MC and artist and just album maker Skyzoo is, because he's consistently done this on pretty much all of his albums. Even the work he's done with outside of it, like the Barrel Brothers work and also the mixtapes and everything he's done, he's always put out solid work. So it's good to see that he's keeping up that consistency. Now, you know I gotta give you my top 5 tracks, and I'm fucking ready. I'm getting better. You can't say shit to me now. So I'm gonna just run them down and then kind of break down a couple of them that really stood out to me. But these are my top 5. Like I said, all the tracks on here I liked. I didn't dislike any tracks, but these are the ones that I really, really, really fucking liked. So those tracks are, hold on, I thought I was fucking ready. Now I'm not, y'all. Don't be pissed at me. Okay, so the first track is The Moments That Matter, and that features K Cola. And this is pretty much talking about just, you know, pretty much he just envisions, you know, the moments that he feels like matter in life, living within the moment, and just having the things that he dreams of wishing and wanting to have, and pretty much how he's gonna get there. And it's a real dope, eerie boom bap sounding head nodding track. It's got a real dope piano in there. K Cola brings a really nice hook on there, and it's really just really one of the first tracks on there that really, really gives you that straight up head nodding feel, which is really dope. The next track is See a Key, and this features Jadakiss. This is a real like soulful bass sample type hip hop beat. It's got a real cool, smooth, soulful sound on it. Jadakiss drops a dope verse, and pretty much the song is about just them envisioning selling dope and everything that you get as far as the rewards from it, the money, and just getting a better lifestyle out of doing this illegal thing. And it actually just envisions and shows another side of Skyzoo's perspective in life as he was growing up. The next track is Money Makes Us Happy, which is something I think all of us can pretty much fucking agree with. Money fucking makes you happy. If you don't got money, it fucking makes you miserable. Point blank, period. And that's pretty much what Skyzoo says is especially when you're living in the hood and you grow up broke or poor, having money or having a chance to actually get some money and actually provide and have the things that you want and need without having to worry, it's really, really a good feeling, and it brings happiness, especially when you're not used to having it. And that's got an actual feature from Black Thought, and he brings a real dope verse that talks about pretty much the same thing. Black Thought never disappoints, and here's another verse that shows it. And it's got a real nice, smooth, jazzy, jazz cafe type beat. It's got really good percussion on here. The drum pattern on here is really dope, and that stood out to me on this track. And it's just a dope, solid track that I think anybody can fucking connect with on that shit. The next track is Playing Favorites, and that features Christian Grey. And this is pretty much the love type track on here, where he pretty much, says, I found this girl and I want us to be, each other's favorite, and, us be the center of attention, and, pretty much nobody else in our minds are favorites except for us. Pretty much, his love track on here. And it's a really, really dope track. It's got a real dope horn sound on here. I think it's a trumpet, but it's got a real jazz vibe to it, which is really, really dope. This is probably one of the more jazzy tracks on here. Also, Christian Grey gives a really, really good hook, really ties it together well, and this is probably one of the standouts for me because it's just got the real smooth, soulful vibe, and I love that. And that jazzy element kicks in and just takes it over to the next level, and it's a real dope track. And the final track on my top 5 doesn't even have Skyzoo on the shit, but it's called Meadow of Trust, and it actually features someone named Saba or whoever the fuck she is. She's fucking dope. Like, her voice is really it's got this hypnotic tone to it. It reminds me a little bit of Sia, sort of, but it's just got this own twang to it. And the beat on top of there, it's got this really just like eerie, but it's got sort of a trap feel to it, but it just fits her voice so perfectly. And it's pretty much an interlude to the next track, but it just stands on its own because it's just so unique and so dope and so different. And it's kind of, a cool thing that Skyzoo gave her that whole track to do that and shine on, because I believe if Skyzoo did rap on it, it would kind of pull the song away from the feel that it got. So it was good on him that he let her have that whole track, and it really fed into the next track well, and that's one of the dopest tracks on there, and that really was one of the first standouts for me. But those are my top 5, but I said the whole album is pretty much dope, and Skyzoo has a third and another solid album. He's 3 for 3. I've not heard a Skyzoo album or a project that I didn't like or I didn't enjoy, so I'm really just looking forward to what he's got cooking up next, because I know he's just going to stay on this roll. I don't think he's going to fall off at any time, and he's got his nice cult following, and he just gives that classic New York, Brooklyn hip-hop, and you can't beat that shit, especially a guy like me, a true hip-hop purist. Skyzoo is a guy that you will love to listen to because he just gives you all the elements and everything that you could like in there. But for the most part, Music from My Friends is a dope fucking album front to back. There's no real flaws. The concept is dope. He's even got his actual friends doing interludes in between the songs and giving shout outs, which is another cool thing. And he just has everything just really put together real well on here. And I got nothing bad to say about this album. Skyzoo, you did a good fucking job, man. Keep it up. That's not... Shit, get me on a fucking record too. I'll be your friend. That sounds weird. No. Whatever. Just whatever. So my final verdict, I'm not saying that Skyzoo Music from My Friends is an overall super dope, solid album. All I'm saying is that the production is crazy, the rhymes are dope, the concept is nice, and there's no real flaws or anything that I have to say is bad about this album. Everything works well. The concept, like I said, is cool. I like how he incorporated his actual friends in here. The features on here really come in and actually boost up the album. The production on here's got that nice, soulful boom bap with a jazzy feel to it. All the producers did a good job. And Skyzoo himself just stood out on this album and just put together another product. Good fucking job. What more do I gotta say? Not a goddamn thing, but me, personally, feeling that this album is 100% Granddad approved. So definitely go check it out. It's out right now. Support Skyzoo. Support him on his new record label, because having a record label is fucking hard. So just buy this shit. Support the nigga so we can put out more records, because these are fucking dope. And I got nothing more to say. So Skyzoo, Music for My Friends, is Granddad approved. Go check the shit out right now. Flip it. Alright guys, that's going to do it for today's video. Make sure you give me a thumbs up and drop a comment. Tell me what you think of Skyzoo music from my friends. If you've heard the album, if you haven't heard it, go check it out. Especially if you're a hip-hop purist, you're going to love this shit. Everything about this is fucking dope. I got nothing more to say. The dude put out a hot one. I mean, he just does not stop putting out fire. Like, he is so damn consistent, it's crazy. So just go listen to the shit right now. Previous video was on the side as well as my music video. Check those out, show them some love. And as always, Twitter, Facebook, SoundCloud, Instagram. Links in the description below. And subscribe. Button on the screen, button below. Woolly Reviews, twice a week. Gaming channel. Check that out. And I got nothing more to say. So until next time I take my leave, granddaughter, Skyzoo music for my friends. I need fucking friends. I really do. This is sad. I'm out of here.